It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards trilogy prediction and breakdown. I could not wait to break down this phenomenal fight. You know what's crazy about this fucking fight is I would say when I did my rematch, when I did the breakdown for the rematch, I would say some people, and I even agree with this, that was one of my greatest breakdown videos of all time, bro. And I think I really broke it down really well. It just, the fight didn't end up going as the way I thought it was gonna go. I predicted it right. I had Leon winning, but I just thought it would be more competitive, if you know what I'm saying. And that's what makes this trilogy really interesting, because like the storyline for this fight, it's interesting because you guys know I love to talk about the story. I'm a big guy on the storyline. And it's interesting because you got a guy from Birmingham, right? Jamaican-born UK fighter that has been through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? That has been through the hard life. You know what I'm saying? And has worked for everything. When he finally seized that brass fucking gold belt and he seized that moment, he finally made it. But what's interesting about Usman is that he's also the same guy that's been through a tough life, that has worked for everything, that didn't have anything handed to him. He earned that title shot and he got the belt and became one of the greatest welterweight champions of the world. But it just seems like going into this trilogy, it feels like Usman, when you look at both fights, has really dominated both fights and really did his thing in both fights, even though he lost one of them. And I've always felt like Leon has never reached his full potential, and I still feel like he hasn't. And I think, and this is going to be my overall point, I think we see the first ever against a real top 5 opponent masterclass from Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards has had some masterclass fights. Obviously, I talked about the RDA fight where he had a masterclass in that one. He showed some glimpses of it against Bilal Muhammad. But I truly believe he's never had a real masterclass performance against a top 5 fighter. Even though RDA was a top 5 fighter when he fought him. But this one against Usman, I think he finally completely shines, because I've always said it, Leon is probably one of the most well-rounded UK fighters I've seen ever. Phenomenal wrestling, really good striking, just a really well-rounded fighter. Every area he just is solid at. He's not, I wouldn't say in any area is he below average when it comes to the individual martial arts, and he's just shown that. And in this matchup, it's Usman's whole career on the line, real talk, versus Leon's potential of a new career. Let me interruption. I had to take care of some background noise that I was hearing. But yeah, so like I was saying, it's Usman's career right now going up against Leon's potential of his new title reign and the new king to the throne. And a lot of things are going into this matchup. I truly believe that storyline wise, you know, the new champion, the new lion, the fact that these guys are 1-1 now, and that these guys are just such great rivals to each other. And there's also another thing, is that can Leon really be that guy? You know what I'm saying? I've seen the Matt Serra comparisons. People have been calling him Matt Serra, you know what I'm saying? And they're saying he's just lucky. And can Leon truly be the real king of the division? And I don't think he's nothing like Matt Serra, and I think that's insane. To whoever who's saying that is just probably trolling. But yeah, so it's like, can Leon truly be the king of this division? And can he take out the old king and really completely take him out and end the run? And also, are we seeing the end of Usman's prime? And obviously we're seeing the beginning of Leon's prime, right? So those are things that you have to look at. And yeah, these guys are 1-1. It's a trilogy, and you guys know how I like to break down the trilogies. I like to look at both the fights that happen, and that's how I'm going to do that film study. Honestly, some of you guys, I would really, I'll put the link in the description below. You guys can check out my breakdown for the rematch. I go in depth with that one. I went like on a 5-fight film study breakdown, and I talked about their last fight. I think maybe even 6 actually, and we really broke down the film and stuff like that. But this one, I'm just going to only talk about the first fight and the second fight, and just how this pertains to the trilogy. And yeah, so let's break down the tail of the tape. Leon Rocky Edwards, coming with a record of 20-3, is fighting out of Birmingham, England, age 31. I say it again, 31. A height of 6'2" and a reach of 74. Usman has a record of 20-2. Is fighting out of is he fighting out of Florida? I think he's still fighting. I don't know. I think he's doing his camp in Colorado. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why Top Watch is in Florida, but I think he's doing his camp at Colorado with Trevor Whitman, age 35, a height of 6 foot, and a reach of 76. So a few things going to the tail of the tape. 35. 35 is a big one, the age, and 31. 35 usually means the end of your prime. Now, that can still be considered a prime year. I've seen guys, like we see John Jones, 35, right? You saw what he just did at heavyweight. He just did his fucking thing. But yeah, so it's like, those are considered prime years, but it could also be considered the downfall of your prime, right? 35 is the end of it. Usually I say 36 is when it really stops for an MMA fighter, but people go until they're fucking 50, right? Look at Yoel Romero, look at Glover Teixeira, right? Yoel's legitimately fighting until he's goddamn 50. And I think he might actually do it. But yeah. So that's also another thing, but youth is on Leon's side, and that's my main point. That's why even though you look at, right, Leon's a moderate underdog going up against a moderate favorite in Usman, and I get why they have Usman as a favorite. I don't blame them for that, but I just truly believe in my heart that Leon, Mr. Leon Edwards, being the younger guy, it's going to be a very big advantage for him, and just the wear and tear and all the wars that Usman's been through, and we'll talk about that. It has to add up, right? It has to add up, and he hasn't had a lot of losses and a lot of knockout losses, so that's also something for him. But to come off on a KO loss like that at the age of 35, I don't know. But one thing that does go for Usman, which has always been super impressive for him, is those long, dangly arms. He has a reach of 76, and Leon has a reach of 74. Even though that Leon's the taller guy, Usman got them long, dangly arms, and it'll help him. We saw it in their fight, how he was able to use that jab on him. And obviously, Leon had the guard up, but he was able to really apply that pressure on Mr. Leon Edwards, and it was good for him. And also another thing, a few things that I want to look at. We're in the home backyard of Leon Edwards in the O2 Arena. So that's one thing you got to look at. Leon's undefeated in there. But also on the side of Usman, Usman's never lost on a card with Justin Gaethje on it. Anytime he's fought with Justin Gaethje, he hasn't lost. Now, I think it's only been once he's actually done that. But that's a fact. So there's also a few things going into this fight where you can look at the background and be like, God damn, like, how is this going to play out? But yeah, that's the tail of the tape. But, so when I talk about this trilogy, we got to talk about the first fight. And in the first fight, it was interesting. It was a good fight. I thought Leon, he showed some good takedown defense here. And you could just see Usman was just fighting for those over-unders. He got a good knee in that clinch. And he was just fighting for that takedown really hard and trying to get him against the fence. And Leon did a good job of getting his back away from the fence in this first initial takedown. And that's my biggest point about Leon in all these fights. These first rounds and these first interactions with Usman, in my opinion, when you talk about technical level, they're on the same level. And I truly believe you could even say Leon's a better technical fighter in every aspect of the sport. But what separates him and Usman, and why Usman has the edge sometimes, is the tenacity and the grittiness and the quote of embrace the grind that every wrestler lives by. Usman embraces the grind, and he's able to grind out Leon. And Leon just has these moments where he's kind of lulled into sleep, if you notice, where he's just either not doing enough or he's just allowing the moment to get past him, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he's allowing the takedown to happen. He's allowing certain things to happen to him, and he's just kind of too patient, or he's too hesitant. And you could just see Usman take advantage of stuff like this and go for takedowns and get takedowns. He was able to get the double leg here 2 minutes in, and he got him down, and he took him down. And Leon had his moments. He landed a good straight cross. He was able to catch and get a good leg kick. But Usman hit him with good power, responded, and hurt him. And then he was able to take him down at will again. But Leon also had moments. He stuffed the takedown, hits a knee, responds with a 2-3, but again, Usman takes him down. And this was the story of this fight, was just the constant wrestling pressure of Kamaru Usman, and just the ground and pound to end it. And that's really what happened. And my overall thing is that you could see in this fight that Leon can beat him. That's what I've always said. Leon has the potential to beat all of these guys. I truly believe that. But the problem is, he doesn't. Sometimes he has these moments where it's like he's just letting these guys whoop him. I don't know how to describe it, where he's either too patient or he's waiting for something, for that precise moment, instead of showing activity and volume. And I notice where Leon's great at is when he's building. When he's building volume, you look at the RDA fight from round 1 to round 5, it was a constant build-up to a masterclass performance where elbows were getting built up to, where he was building up to every moment, the body kick, the head kick, the takedown, right? Where everything led to something, you know what I'm saying? And it was step by step, where he was just, in that 5th round, he was a god, right? Against RDA. And he can't do that against Usman. One thing I want him to do in this fight that he has to get away from both of these fights: stop waiting. Stop waiting. Just go after him. Go after him and fucking put a pace on him. Put a volume on him and truly show him that it's your fucking time. And in this rematch, I felt like he did that for the first 2 rounds against Usman. And when they had that rematch in Salt Lake City, and obviously what goes into this, I truly believe that Elevation had a part to play in probably why Leon had the performance he had. But Usman, in my opinion, in this fight here, had one of his greatest performances with the Trevor Whitman camp. I've said it for a very long time that I've always felt like Usman got worse with Trevor Whitman. Just technically on his wrestling. It felt like the wrestling entries weren't the same. They were all a little too sloppy. Go look at the first Jorge Masvidal fight where he did his first ever camp with Trevor Whitman. The wrestling entries weren't the same. The way his striking to his wrestling, it was just stiff. It was rigid. It just wasn't Kamaru Usman. It wasn't the Henry Hoof fucking hard knock style that he was fighting with, where he would throw that heavy jab, throw that cross to the body, go for the double leg, fucking get inside those underhooks, then get the double leg beautifully, no hesitation, all smooth. The transitions were beautiful. And I didn't see that with Trevor Whitman until this fight. Where I saw his best performance, and this is his most recent loss. And isn't that great? One of his better performances with Trevor Whitman was a fucking loss, which is crazy, right? So in this first round, like I say, Leon always looks good against Usman. He landed good leg kicks, and that's one thing I always say. I truly believe that the leg kicks are going to be a big factor in this rematch. I know it could lead to his takedowns and stuff like that, but I want him to target those knees. I know some people say that the knee stuff might be fake, that Usman might have just made up the knee stuff as a way to ploy guys to throw leg kicks so he can catch takedowns. Maybe that's true, but I think it's real, and I think he needs to take advantage of it. I want to see more oblique kicks. He threw some, but I want to see more oblique kicks going into this trilogy from Leon. I think it's going to be super necessary. I want to break this motherfucker's knees, bro. This old man has got to go, bro. This old man has got to go, and I think Leon can fucking do that. He can target those fucking knees and break him down slowly. That chin is a little softer, and things will set up. And if Leon just goes after him, the knockout will show itself. And that's what I want Leon to do, is to be more active and more aggressive. He has to. He has to show this guy there's a new king. He has to. Because in Usman's head, he got caught. And that's going to be the biggest ploy in this whole entire fight. That's what he's going to say. You caught me. You're not better than me. For the duration of 2 of our fights that we've had, I've been better than you for every single minute besides 1 minute you were better than me. That's what he's going to say. I know Usman. I'll never forget. He's a fucking badass. I respect him for this shit. When he got knocked out, and he comes out with that clip from Anatomy of the Fighter, and he says, "I'll see you soon, boy." That basically means it's like, motherfucker, I'm not deterred. I know I'm better than you. I know I was winning that fight. You got lucky. That's what he was letting him know in that simple phrase of, "I'll see you soon, boy. I'll see you soon. Good job, Rocky." Says, okay, you got me, but I'm better than you, right? And that's what he meant by it. But when I watch this first round, I do not see Usman being better than him, right? He's going for these takedowns in this first round, right? You look at this first initial takedown. Leon's defending this takedown well. He's defending this takedown well. Then, Leon, what I loved about it, shoots for his own takedown. This is what I love about Leon. He shot for his own takedown, right? He ended up falling down, and he got on his back, and Usman got on top. And that's what Leon's going to have to also do. And I predicted this, that he was going to get a takedown on Usman. But he has to threaten the wrestling against Usman to set up his strikes, because he's the better mixed martial artist. He can do things like that against a guy who's been a Division II national champion in fucking Nebraska, right? He can do stuff like that, right? That's how good Leon is. He can challenge him in the wrestling. We've seen it. He can challenge him in the grappling. He really, really can. And if you challenge your own takedowns, his offensive wrestling won't be as so fucking scary, because he doesn't have to worry necessarily about getting taken down if you don't go for the takedowns, right? But if you do go for the takedowns, he's going to have to also think, all right, I got to defend too. And in this scramble right here, Leon was able to get up. He was able to get up, and he was able to get a defense. And then this is what led to the first takedown of Usman's career that he's ever given up. Fucking Leon gets him out. You guys don't understand how fucking hyped I was when I seen this. I was going crazy. I was going bonkers when I seen this. I was like, motherfucker, we got him. We got him. We got him. And I was like, Leon's going to give the masterclass that I promised you guys. And that's what it looked like from the first round going in. He was going to outstrike, outgrapple him, fucking outdo him everywhere. And that's what I expect in this trilogy. That's what I expect out of Rocky. He gets the fucking back, gets the body triangle, and he controls him for the rest of the round. And it was fucking phenomenal. But like the champion that Usman is, in the second round, he fucking comes back. He comes after Leon and attacks him. Even though Leon's covering up through the guard, the body shots were beautiful. His boxing looked amazing here. And the way he was setting up his takedowns too, with this striking. So right now we're still in the striking, but good body shots. Now Leon obviously responds with his own hook. And this second round was probably really one of the closest or one of the most competitive rounds, in my opinion, of the fight, where Leon also attacked him, and he landed that beautiful rear hook, landed a good lead hook too. But then Usman just came back with just more body shots and just good jabs and straight shots. And he was just really attacking Leon. And then eventually he got his first takedown. And that's when he started to break Leon. But Leon landed some good shots in the second round. There's a debate that this fight was 2-2. I thought that rear hook that Leon landed in that second round was beautiful. Let's look at the slow-mo version of it. Boom! Got him good. But again, Usman started to take him down in the third round. And this is where Usman started to take over. And again, you could just see Leon was just allowing stuff like this to happen. This is what I mean and beautiful stuff right here from Usman, chaining the striking with the wrestling right here. But again, look, Leon's just allowing this stuff to happen. I know he knows how to defend a takedown. I know he knows how to defend. He gets taken down again. Over and over and over again throughout this whole fight. And it's like going to this fifth round, I was pissed. I was pissed at fucking Leon. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you letting this man dominate you? You are better than this. That's what made me mad at Leon in that fight. And obviously I was at work when I was watching it. You guys remember the live reaction was crazy. After I went on my break, it went nuts. But I was like, what is going on? Leon, you're better than this. I know who you are. I know how good you are. And I truly believe the elevation had something to do with it. And I'll never forget that fucking coach, that motherfucking savant, that coach corner, when they told that motherfucker, don't let him bully you, Leon. Don't let him fucking bully you. And it was like, God, everyone was on Leon's side at that moment, because it just was so fucked up. Because after everything this guy's been through, after all the adversity this guy has went through, to just go out there and let the fight go past him, that's what it felt like. He was letting things get past him. It just felt like in that fifth round, in the last minute of a fight where it felt like Usman was just going to win and dominate, it felt like Leon finally seized the moment and didn't let it go past him. And he knocked that Nebraskan motherfucker out. Marty Fake News, man. He knocked his ass out. And I went fucking ballistic. It was like the good guy finally got it done. It was like we finally got the payoff. We finally got one of the greatest moments in MMA history, in my humble opinion. One of the most feel-good moments in MMA history, where the right thing finally happened. And I like Usman. I got nothing but respect for the guy. He's an awesome fighter, hard worker. You can see in these fights that I'm showing, he outworked Leon. He wants it more than Leon sometimes. And that's how I feel. But I think when Leon, he's holding that belt, and he's giving one of the greatest promos in fucking UFC history, and he's telling everyone, I came from a fucking wooden shed, right? I hope he truly understands what that really means. When you say stuff like that, you hold that belt a little tighter than you ever held it before, because that motherfucking Usman is a motherfucker. Because in this trilogy fight, he's coming for everything. And I've seen it. I respect the guy. And I think we can, as a Leon fanboy, I think we can beat him. But I know Usman's not going out without a fight. We're going to have to put the fucking final nail in the coffin. And he's going to have to force us to put him 12 feet under. And I think Leon can do it. And my thing about Leon, and I know he's coming with this mentality, you give that motherfucker the whole arsenal. You don't fucking take one step back. You don't fucking give him an inch. You let him know there is a new king. There is a new dog on the yard. And old man, your time is up. And my time is now. We are Team Rocky Edwards, baby. I am predicting a 50-45 decision victory for Leon Edwards. I am predicting the masterclass I promised in the rematch. I am predicting that Leon Edwards finally puts on a elite performance against an elite fighter, where there isn't no, A, the guy was winning, A, Leon was being too patient, A, there was too much hesitation. No, I am predicting Leon doesn't let that belt go. And he shows that Usman, I am the new king, and I think he'll attack the legs, I think he'll threaten the wrestling, and I think he'll just outstrike Usman and just outperform him and beat him on his yard and show that the UK got a true champion in Leon Edwards. But yeah, that is my breakdown. I am rocking with Leon by 50-45. I truly believe he's going to put on a masterclass performance. I really do believe that, and we're owed that, Leon. We're owed that, and it's going to be a great fight. And I don't think Usman's going to go out there like a bitch, and I don't think he's going to give any inch to Leon too. And I think he's going to go out there and try to take everything from Leon and try to go get his belt back. But just him being 35, and just the KO loss, coming off a loss like that where he just got shattered. And this isn't in Utah, my brother. This isn't in Utah. This is in Leon's hometown. So I think Leon's gonna put on a better performance than he did before. But that is my breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Love y'all and goodbye. Go follow me on my Instagram. Go follow me on my Twitter. Like, comment, and share the video. Let's get this eBay fight prediction nation growing. Love y'all and goodbye. I'm out of here.
Yelling and screaming and all that stuff?
I've just seen like the joy, you know, in her eyes, the tears. She was crying as well, you know. So when your mom cry, it makes you cry as well, you know. So,
yeah.
And there's all in the house, like my mom, my son, is all watching the fight together, you know. And yeah, like it's hard for me. It's difficult to see my mom in tears and to see, like, because I know how much it means to us, you know. And it's hard to, like I said, to put it into words. When you make your mom proud, that's like every son dream is to make your mom proud, and I did that, you know, and I made her proud, even though we came from nothing. And she got me involved in MMA at the age of 17 just to keep me out of trouble. And I made her proud, you know.
You're the man, Rocky. I appreciate the emotion very much. I know you've been through a lot. I'm not trying to make you cry again, I promise. But that was an incredible moment. And the picture afterwards, you see that one? People comparing it to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You know the one I'm talking about? That's incredible stuff. Iconic stuff, man. That's going to live on forever. And it's just amazing that you, of all people, get to have this moment now and get to, you know, be shown this love. And I hope, by the way, you get a parade in Birmingham.